If you're looking for an easy and affordable way to add some additional protection and covered storage to your 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500, then the TruShield V2 lightweight aluminum hard roll-up tonneau cover will be just your speed. This option offers you all the benefits of a soft roll-up, a hard folding, or retractable tonneau cover combined with durable materials and easy use at one of the best prices in the segment. Just a quick note on fitment here, this is designed to fit 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the 5'7" bed that also do not have the Ram box option. Adding a tonneau cover addresses one of the only real issues with having a pickup truck, and that is the lack of covered weatherproof storage space aside from the cabin. Now, while there are plenty of options for soft covers, fancy retractable covers, or even hard tri-folds, this one combines some of the best aspects of all three. As the name says, and as you can probably see by now, this is a roll-up design, and it's relatively lightweight, so it's super easy to use. The roll-up design means that the entirety of your bed space will remain usable whether you've got this installed or not. And when you do roll it up, unlike folding covers, this will stay out of the way and it's not going to restrict your rearward visibility. It also features a pretty sleek, low-profile design when it's rolled out and covering the bed. It keeps things very low profile and it makes for a bit of an aerodynamic bonus as well, since covering up the bed may help increase your fuel mileage slightly, since it will smooth out airflow over the rear end of the truck. Now, this is also designed to help keep out dirt and moisture from the bed, protecting what you've got stored in there, thanks to the included weather stripping both on the cover itself and on the rails. There are also integrated drains within the rails too, so this is going to keep things nice and dry. And this cover is a great option for you if you want something that's easy to use and will make your truck more versatile, since it is again going to give you yet another covered storage area. And you can get this easily out of the way should you need the full length of the bed. Plus, when it's closed up and your truck is locked, it creates a fully locked storage space so you can keep your tools and all your valuables safe and secure back there and away from prying eyes and hands. Plus, it's going to keep the weather away from them too. Construction here is also a highlight. The rails, the frame, and the panels of the cover are all made from extruded aircraft-grade aluminum, meaning they are strong and durable while still being pretty lightweight and easy to handle. The frame is finished in a black powder coat to prevent corrosion, while the panels are finished in a matte black sort of grain type of coating that looks more like a traditional fabric or vinyl tonneau. However, it's still going to provide you lots of protection from corrosion. The cover also includes weather stripping installed on it, as well as some additional weather stripping on the rails, which are also made from that same extruded aluminum. And that's going to help keep out dirt and moisture from the bed of your truck, also helped by the integrated drains in here too, so it's going to protect what you've got stored in there. This is a pretty solid setup and one that should last you a while too. And all of that is made even sweeter by the price, as this one is going to run you about $775. That makes it one of the least expensive hard roll-up tonneaus on the market, and it far undercuts something like a retractable one with similar types of benefits. You're getting a good quality item here, and for the benefits it can provide, there really aren't any drawbacks, so I'd say this is a worthwhile upgrade for any truck. Installation gets a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you less than 1 hour to complete. This is a bolt and clamp on setup, so there's no need to drill or modify anything on the truck itself, and everything you need comes included in the kit, making it an easy job for you to tackle at home. Enough of me talking about it though, let's head on out to the install bay and we'll walk you through the process step by step.
For this install, you will need an impact, a 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter if necessary, a 17mm socket, the provided Allen wrench, also not shown here, is a pair of angle cutters, and an extra set of hands to help you with your cover. What's up folks, today we're going to be doing a tonneau cover on our Ram, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we're starting out up in the bed, and the first thing we need to do is install our foam weather strip seal across the bulkhead of our bed. It's going to keep moisture out of the front side of our cover. So what we're going to do is lay this out on the inside of the footprint of our bed rails. So we'll start it there and just work it across. See if you need to trim anything. Looks like we don't. So as long as we don't, we'll remove the backing off of this seal. Now you only want to remove a little bit at a time. You can place this down and keep it centered along the bulkhead. As you place it down, you want to pull that covering back, get that all the way across. You can press lightly to keep it in place as you install it. And work that all the way down. Alrighty guys, so next we can get ready to install our rails. Now the first thing you want to do is install your drain tube onto the end nipple for your drain. That's just going to slide on there. They are a bit tough at first, You want to work that on there over the barbs. Get that on there as far as you can. Then what you're going to do, send this through this hole as straight as possible, so that way everything will drain down and out of your bed. A little bit of a tight squeeze at first. We'll set our rail on flush with our bulkhead. And once we have that on, we'll install our rail clamps. Now these are going to lock in to your rails and behind the bed rails themselves. And these are a little bit tricky to get in at first. You may have to loosen them up quite a bit. Once you get them situated into the slot on the front and behind your bed rail, you want to get it close to the front, but also a good point between the middle and the front. We'll go right about here. And we're just going to snug this one down with our 17 mil socket. Again, that's just going to hold this in place for now. Then we can install our rear clamp. And we'll do the same thing, but we want to be pretty close to the rear on this one. We'll hold that in place. We'll snug this down as well. And once you have this rail on, you can do the same thing for the other side. All right guys, so once you have both of your rails on, it's time to set our cover in place. Now you'll notice you still have some packing material that's going to be rolled up inside the cover. That'll come out once we enroll it for the first time. This is pretty heavy, so if you feel more comfortable with an extra set of hands, go ahead and grab a buddy right now. Otherwise, make sure none of this is going to get pinched. Grab this from the center. Try our best to get it within the footprint. Then we can unroll this a bit. And the first thing we're going to do is get all that packing material out. So we'll roll this out. We can get all this out of the way. Okay, now's a good time to unroll this and get a general reference on where everything's going to line up. And a good marking spot is your locking tabs. So we're just going to leave that like that for now, and then we'll go up to the front and begin securing that down. Alrighty guys, so now it's time to get the front of our cover secured. So what we're going to need to do is roll this back a little bit. Now we can access where our bolts are going to go, as well as the plates that are already mounted on our rails. Now you notice on the passenger side there are 2 notches, one on each bolt rail. So what we're going to do is grab our provided bolts with our finger screws. You need to remove the finger screws, as well as the flat washer and lock washer. We're going to set these bolts in by their head through that notch, get them over to their locations. Now these notches are only on the passenger side, so you will need to send through your driver's side mounting bolts as well. Now once you have your hardware into the slots on both sides, we're going to fold this back over and line these 2 bolts up with the mounting plate. Carefully fold that up. Now you may have to pick up on this to kind of get it to go straight down. Once you have everything lined up, it should sit flat. Alright guys, so now it's time to get our finger nuts and our safety straps onto those bolts we just got in place. So we've got our strap. Now you want to make sure this mounts to the underside on those bolts and comes around the top with the security strap facing over the cover as it's rolled up, not underneath. You don't want that to get pinched. So we're going to get under there and get these installed. So we'll get our strap onto our 2 bolts. Then we'll install a lock washer and flat washer, followed by our finger nut. We'll get our second one on. Then you can do the same thing for the other side. All right, and once you have your hardware secured, we're gonna roll out our cover one more time and make sure it lands and locks where we want it to and doesn't impede the function of our tailgate. You want that to hit on the center of your locking tabs. Make sure that locks in place. Now you will notice there is a tab or a rail on the top of here. You want to make sure that locking tab goes inside of it. If it's hitting like ours is, you can adjust this by the set screw, so we'll do that now. So we'll loosen up that set screw with our provided Allen wrench. We just needed to get loose enough where we can move it. Once we have that pushed back a little bit, we'll snug it back down. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now we'll lock our cover into place. Those latches should release underneath our tabs. Close our tailgate. Make sure that fits snugly. If you need to adjust this back, you can at those mounting plates. There are more set screws, just like we did with the front tabs. You can just move that back a hair if you need to. Now once you've got everything in place and adjusted, you want to come back and do a final snug down on your rail clamps. So again, we've got our 17 mil socket. You just want to go and make sure they're tight. You can do that for the rest of your brackets. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our TruShield V2 lightweight aluminum hard roll-up tonneau cover for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500 with 5.7 foot bed without Ram box. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.